Now, the reason why you have taken this course is to know how to set up this business. So let's get started. And we're going to start with production of this feed. How do you make the banana peel feed? The first thing you want to do is to collect fresh banana peels and wash them thoroughly to remove every dirt and debris. Then you cut them, as you can see in the picture on this slide. Cut and chop the peels into smaller pieces to increase the surface area, and this would also aid in the fermentation process. The next step we're going to talk about is the fermentation process. There are two main fermentation techniques: the solid state and the liquid state also. For the solid state fermentation, you mix your chopped peels with a bulking agent like rice bran or sawdust to absorb moisture. Then you add water to achieve a desired moisture level, typically 60 to 70%. You introduce your fermenting microorganisms like yeast, that's Saccharomyces cerevisiae, or mold, Rhizopus oysay. Cover the mixture to maintain humidity and allow fermentation for several days, typically 3 to 7 days. There's also the liquid state fermentation where you submerge the chopped banana peels in water and then you add your fermenting microorganisms. This method often requires specific equipment to manage the oxygen levels. So after fermentation, whether you're doing solid state or liquid state, the next thing you want to do is to go into drying. After fermenting, dry the fermented peels to prevent spoilage and to make them easier to store and to handle. Sun drying is a common method, but ensure that proper hygiene and protection from contamination is noted. Then also you could also do oven drying at low temperatures around 50 degrees Celsius. This could be a very good alternative, especially in humid climates. After drying, the next thing you want to do is grind. So once the dried peels are brittle, that is, you can break them, um, grind them into a powder or meal using a mortar and pestle, blender, or grinder. This would increase digestibility for the animals. Next, let's talk about storage. Store the banana peel feed in an airtight container in a cool, dry place to prevent mold growth and to preserve its nutritional value. So yes, it's such is not really like a very tedious process. Just maybe the fermentation that might take some sort of expertise, but like I explained, just get your microorganisms and then select if you're going to use the solid state or the liquid state, and you'll be fine. Now, I have some additional tips to help you with the production of your feed. The first thing you want to do is to note that the specific fermentation method and parameters may vary depending on the desired outcome and chosen microorganisms. So for the microorganisms you're using, um, I mentioned two microorganisms, Saccharomyces cerevisiae and Rhizopus oryzae. It depends on the one you're going to use, and you want to do more research into, or maybe ask questions after this course into like the temperature that you would need for that, and yeah, the timing also for fermentation. Number two, researching the best practices for your local context is recommended, as fermentation techniques can be influenced by factors like climate and available resources. So depending on where you're taking this course from or where you're planning to produce the feed, some microorganisms for fermentation might be better than some others. So you want to do more research into that. Also, please note that banana peel feed is often used as a supplement rather than a sole feed source due to its lower protein content compared to other feedstuffs. So you want to incorporate it with some other feed because of the low protein content so that your animals are getting all the nutrients that they need for proper growth.